What is being in a state of flow and how does it make everything better in your life? When we're in a state of flow, that means everything that we're doing, there is a sense of flow. There's a sense of continuous action, continuous moving forward, almost like a momentum. When we aren't in a state of flow, there's restrictions, there's blockages, there are constantly start, stop, start, stop. If we just look at nature and how things are, if something was constantly moving like water, it's more effortless. But if we had to go ahead and start and stop and start and stop, well, it takes more effort, it takes more energy, it takes more time. It's harder, It's not as easy. And so when we're in this state of flow, our state of being, that means the way we see things and the way we feel, when that is in flow, then we let go of all the start stops and then we just constantly be in a continuous movement, in a continuous momentum of moving forward. And we've all experienced it before. People experience flow all the time. When they experience it, it's the best feeling. Most of the time, people say they get more work done. It was such a joyful day. It was easy. The experience felt really easy. People feel happy. They just like whatever it is that they were doing, there was a higher sense of joy, the sense of intrinsic value, or basically they're just joyful. They're happy in the process of doing it, whatever it was. That's what happens when we are in a state of flow and we live. We live while we're in a state of flow and we're doing things. The best thing that being in a state of flow that I find is that it changes your perception. It changes the way that you see things. And that's like everything. If we can change the way we look at something without having to change the thing that we're looking at, simply just by changing our perspective, then we find solutions to problems much faster. We are more creative. Our imagination expands. We can be able to be less judgmental. We're able to see the positive and the good in things much easier. And it's much easier said than done on changing our perspective, But when we're in a state of flow, what happens is we're not holding on. We're not holding on to a certain expectation. We're not holding on to just one way of doing it. That's the power of being in flow. If we were holding on to something and something didn't happen the way you want, then you can't flow with it. You got to go ahead and stop because something didn't happen the way you want. You can't just continuously find another route. No, you want to do this route. When we're in a state of flow, we go with another route. When we're not in a state of flow, we want an outcome to be a certain way. And I want that outcome and I want that result. And if it's not happening like that, I'm going to make it happen like that. Move around what I need to move around and all that. But when we're in a state of flow, okay, so we don't get that result. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's see what type of result we will get. Okay, we'll get that result. Okay, well, are we okay with that result? Yeah, we're fine. Let's just move that direction. And we just keep on flowing. Even if we want to go towards a certain outcome, but there are so many ways to get to the same place.